I'm Dr. Lisa Magruder. I'm the director of the Florida Institute for Child Welfare. If you're not familiar with us, we are a legislatively established and funded institute. We've been around for about 10 years, but we've grown pretty significantly in the last 5. We do a lot of research and evaluation around permanency, safety, and well-being for children and families, particularly those that are impacted by the child welfare system. And we have a very large faction of our work and our budget dedicated towards professional development and professionalization of the workforce, well-being supports, coaching. So I encourage you to check out our website if you want to learn more about us. In my current role, I kind of work with all of our teams, but I previously was our associate director of research. And in that role, several years ago, I got connected with Melissa Green and Kiera Jackson and their work on Hope Court. I will let them explain it because they will explain it better than I can. But a few years ago, they started on this journey by adapting some programs that were in existence elsewhere and trying to implement them in Florida and specifically down in Broward County. So in a nutshell, Hope Court is a specialty. It's a specialty court that includes more frequent court hearings, supportive youth circles, and transition to independent living planning and independent life skills offerings. So as I mentioned, it's been operating for several years in Broward County through some braided funding mechanisms. And in this past year, the Institute entered a multi-year partnership to help support an expanded pilot of this program or pieces of that. And that's really what we're here to talk about today, is a little bit of an overview of the program as a whole, but then also talk about a specific piece of this that we're looking to explore with a couple of partners around Florida. So with that, thank you all for being here. And I will turn it over to Melissa and Kiera to talk to you more about Hope Court.
Hi, everybody. I'm Melissa Green. I'm the Hope Project Director.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you guys so much for being here. I am Kiera Jackson. I am the Assistant Director of the Hope Project, and we are just so grateful for your presence.
We wanted to begin today's webinar with a brief overview of the Hope Project, its foundation, and 3 components. The Hope in Hope Project stands for Helping Older Teens Powerfully Engage. The Hope Project brings restorative justice-based services to dependent youth in the year leading up to their 18th birthday and beyond. What are the components of the Hope Project? There are 3. The first being Hope Court, our restorative practice-based specialty court. The second being our TIL planning circles, or My Virtual Vision Board. And the third being training for child welfare professionals in restorative practices and compassionate communication. How do we deliver our services? Hope infuses restorative practices into the foster care system to improve connection, compassion, and build community. The why behind our work: our mission is to work with our youth to create a safe space where our youth are deeply heard, valued, and co-creators in their new lives. For more in-depth information on our programming, please visit our website, hopeprojectfl.org.
Our project is built on the practical application of restorative practices and nonviolent communication. Restorative practices is a social science that studies how to strengthen relationships between individuals as well as social connections within communities. The aim of restorative practices is to develop community and to manage conflict and tensions by repairing harm and restoring relationships. Nonviolent communication is an approach to communication developed by Marshall B. Rosenberg that focuses on creating connection through empathy and understanding. NVC fosters deep listening, respect, and empathy between individuals and aims to facilitate compassionate communication, resolve conflicts peacefully, and build authentic relationships. Both of these approaches are at the core of our work, and they guide us in our mission to improve the lives of older teens in the child welfare system. We follow a clear, intentional framework where structured processes and purposeful communication are essential to effectively meeting youth needs, ensuring the successful implementation of our program.
Let's get into it. The first and original component of the Hope Project
is our specialty court, Hope Court. Hope Court serves youth
approximately 7 years of age
and who will become adults without intact family. The main restorative practice tool that we use is the circle. And the idea is to create community and empower our youth. All child welfare professionals on each youth's team are trained in restorative practices and compassionate communication, and we all work very closely together. Pre-court listening circles are conducted with each youth and their support team prior to each court hearing. These circles allow for relationship building, celebrations, and mornings, and they also create a safe space where we can discuss conflict and brainstorm effective ways to meet needs. Then our special Hope Court hearings are conducted every 6 weeks instead of every 6 months as required by statute. Our court proceedings are held in a circular fashion and begin with a relationship building circle go around. The proceedings are youth-led and interactive, and rather than merely hearing about themselves and what will be happening to them, these court hearings are designed to place emphasis on connecting the youth with their legal involvement.
So like Melissa just shared, we provide training to our child welfare professionals in both restorative practices and compassionate communication, also known as empathetic communication, primarily focusing on building connection, community, and support. We guide teams through intentional, coordinated processes to help them understand youth behavior, to develop tools to communicate compassionately, thereby ensuring that youth are always centered and system professionals are supported in their work. Through our specialized training and ongoing support, system professionals learn how to effectively apply restorative practices and nonviolent communication.
And that brings us to our third component and why we are here today, my virtual vision board. Hope Project's version of state-required transitional independent living planning for youth 17 and up. We provide this through an interactive restorative process called My Virtual Vision Board. The vision boards are completed in supportive youth circles adapted from EPIC Ohana, which is an amazing agency in Hawaii who have trained us, and they provide all of their dependent youth with transitional independent living planning through supportive youth circles. My virtual vision board covers the information discussed during a traditional transitional independent living or TIL staffing as required by statute. All of our Hope Court youth complete their TIL planning in supportive youth circles or My Virtual Vision Board, and it has been so meaningful and effective. And it quickly became transparent to us that this was a special process that needed to be shared with all of our youth. We received a lot of feedback on how much this process was enjoyed and was helpful from both our youth and our adults, our child welfare professionals. We began expanding the service for youth who were not in our specialty court, and now we are able to provide My Virtual Vision Board circles for any eligible Broward County dependent youth.
So I'm guessing that you're asking, like, what does this actually look like? What does My Virtual Vision Board Transitional Independent Living Circle look like? So first, we connect with the youth. We explain the purpose of the circle, and then we ask them if they would like to participate because the circle is completely voluntary. After we get a resounding yes, because who doesn't want to talk about their biggest dreams and set their goals, we encourage them to invite their support team, which are essentially the people that they would call upon if they ever needed support or help. And this includes their child welfare team, and it can also include someone like a mentor or a best friend. The goal is to create a safe space for the youth to dream their biggest dreams. This is a youth-driven, solution-focused, uplifting, and joyful celebration of their soon-to-be transition to adulthood while also being informative. So during the circle, one Hope team member facilitates while another Hope team member scribes, documenting the youth's goals and the steps to achieve those goals. Now, you may be asking yourself, like, why do you need 2 people to do that? Well, the dual role allows the facilitator to guide the circle, give their 100% focus to the youth and the team, and to create the connection and safe space for the youth to be heard through empathy. The circle starts with all team members sharing the strengths of the youth and concludes with them offering encouraging words around their soon-to-be transition to 18. We have found that sharing strengths and encouraging words are so special. Like, it often leads to tears. That's how special it is. And we often hear youth express that they didn't even know their team had these thoughts about them. And so that is a piece that truly does establish the connection and the support. The circle process is designed to uplift and encourage our youth and aid in building and maintaining connections with their community and support team.
Specific areas of independent living are explored. The youth sets out their short-term and long-term financial resources like extended foster care, PES, tuition waiver, etc., health, and how to access healthcare and transportation. In each of these main areas, you have space to envision and articulate their plans and goals. Then, detailed to-do lists are created, and youth are paired with adult support team members to receive support in completing the necessary tasks to achieve their goals. Our virtual vision board workshops are held via Zoom, and team members collaborate using a shared Microsoft Word document to track goal setting and goal-related tasks during the session. All information discussed and plans created are recorded by the scribe on that shared screen. The role of the scribe is really important. Our scribe lets our youth know, first, they're important. What they're saying and thinking matters, and we're taking them seriously. Number two, the youth can relax and pay attention. We're taking the notes for them. It's a lot of information. And lastly, it really helps to keep our youth focused. In fact, they will often let us know they are paying such close attention. They'll let the scribe know, we missed a comma there. That shouldn't have been a capital. Can you make the number 1 a 2? Switch the order. Let's add a C over here. Let's change this option to that. They're watching. They're letting us know, and it's a great tool to keep attention for everyone. The whole process is youth-driven and solution-focused, and it results in a TIL plan that is filled with the youth's plans and dreams, backed up with useful resource information and where to get the support to achieve those dreams. This document or a vision board is provided to the youth and team following the circle. And as you can see on screen, there's a cute little clip, a little image of one of the pages from a vision board.
So does this process really work? Is it youth driven, and does it inform the youth of the resources and benefits that may be available to them post 18? Does it really encourage, uplift, and build connection? Well, when we asked for feedback from our child welfare professionals about the My Virtual Vision Board Circle, here were some of the overall responses. They enjoyed participating in the circles. They thought the circle provided the youth with understanding and information regarding transitional independent living resources and benefits, that it provided an opportunity for strong youth voice, that it supported youth to achieve their goals, that it provides emotional support and connection for the youth, and they considered it to be important for an effective transition for the youth. One system professional found that the moments of encouragement and support that we were talking about earlier, given to the youth, to be particularly impactful. Another appreciated the moments where they could provide positive reinforcement and encouraging words to the youth, and found that the circle to be impacting the youth's morale and self-confidence and self-esteem. So here's a direct quote from a system professional who participated in one of our My Virtual Vision Board circles, and they shared in summary that the circle was their favorite because it was extremely individualized, that we made sure that the youth understood everything that was discussed, and that they thought it was one of the best things about our project and that it should be the standard for all kids in care. So I'll give you a little bit of a minute to read the quote in full.
What are our youth saying about our vision board circles? Our youth indicated that My Virtual Vision Board helped them to learn a substantial amount about their strengths. It helped them learn more about the benefits that were available to them, helped them feel more confident that their team would help support them in meeting the goals they created. It helped them to feel more hopeful about the future, and helped them to feel they had an important role in creating that vision board or that transitional independent living plan. Youth found the process informative, educational, and valuable for their personal planning. These are some of the things that the youth indicated they liked. Learning about all of the benefits, seeing you guys name the words that describe me. A lot of stuff I didn't know was options, especially the medical part. Talking about my short and long-term goals. Getting to know what I can use, whatever I need, like the benefits, including self-care and doctor's appointments. Having things broken down, learning the information, clarification, and repetition. You sharing the resources and letting me know I am not alone. I don't know, I just felt like it was informative. I felt like I didn't waste my time doing it. Good job explaining and with details, very engaging. I didn't get distracted. Good job drawing me in and keeping me focused. I liked everything. Overall, youth respondents appreciated the information shared during the workshop, such as benefits, resources, and long-term and short-term goals. Some respondents mentioned that receiving compliments and positive feedback during the workshop was their favorite part. This shows the importance of affirmation and encouragement in helping them feel valued and confident. Dr. McGruder, back to you.
Excellent. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So in the interest of time, because we know it's everybody's lunch hour, we put together a series of what we anticipated would be some frequently asked questions and answers. So we'll go through those for you now. And then if there are any questions afterwards, Melissa and Kiera are available via email. You can reach out, and we'll also tell you information about how you can actually get in touch with them to express interest in this. So the first question is, what services are you offering to another jurisdiction?
So we're now open to partnering with 1 or 2 additional jurisdictions or counties as pilot sites. And through this collaboration, we want to build on what you're already doing and enhance your existing infrastructure by introducing the My Virtual Vision Board circles to some of your youth that will be transitioned to adulthood while in care. These circles can serve as your statutory required IL staffing for youth preparing for independence.
And how many youth can you serve?
To start, we can provide this process for 2 youth per month from your jurisdiction.
So what does the process look like for expanding into another county or jurisdiction?
Once we've established a partnership, we'll engage with your key stakeholders involved in your TIL planning. And our process will include 3 steps. First, we'll have some initial meetings. We'll connect with your team via Zoom to understand your existing processes, your TIL planning structure, available resources in your region, aging out procedures, and your key community contacts. Then we'll customize materials. We'll develop a region-specific vision board document that includes your local resources and context. And then lastly, we'll create a referral process. We'll establish a streamlined method for identifying and referring youth to participate.
And what do you feel the anticipated time commitment will be for setting up a new partner site?
So the setup process would include a few Zoom meetings, several Zoom meetings, and then some follow-up emails to finalize your vision board document and create a referral system for your region.
Can you talk a little bit more about what Hope's role is after setup and what the ongoing commitment for a partner jurisdiction would look like?
Sure. So after setup, we will take on the heavy lifting and the primary responsibility, and that will include connecting directly with the youth, coordinating and scheduling each youth My Virtual Vision Board circle with their support team. We would be the ones providing the informational materials about the My Virtual Vision Board circle, like what the purpose of the circle is. We would send out an informational calendar invite that includes what the process is and what it looks like to all of the participants. We would also facilitate the 90-minute circle for each youth. And then lastly, we would create and distribute that personalized PDF vision board document to the youth and their entire support team.
And as a partner jurisdiction, your role would include completing that vision board referral form and participating in the 90-minute vision board session for each youth.
And what is the cost of this?
Yeah, so we're so excited to share that this is free. At this time, we can offer this service to your region at no cost.
And how can a jurisdiction express interest in partnering?
So following the workshop today, the Institute actually will be sending you an email, and that will include a survey link where you can indicate your level of interest and answer some questions about next steps. We really look forward to connecting with you.
Thank you both so much. Again, thank you everybody for being here today. I just wanted to say that we've been partnering with this Hope team for several years and also been partnering with Nova Southeastern University on evaluation components of this, and just very exciting to be able to start looking at how we might be able to spread what Hope has been doing down in Southeast Florida to a few more places throughout Florida. So you will be receiving an email from us at the Institute. Like Melissa said, there will be a survey embedded in there that you can indicate your level of interest, even if it's still like, I'm not sure, but I want to learn more. We would love to hear from you. And you can direct any questions that you have after this webinar, either to our team at the Institute. We'll get you in touch with Melissa or Kira, or with Melissa and Kira directly. Thank you so much.
Thank you
Thanks,
guys so
everyone.
much. Have a great afternoon.